So if you are in this position here, bring your rifle to the side and execute. Okay? All right, ready? Say Tuhon. Tuhon. Okay. All right. I'm here for one reason. So many reasons. First, you want to learn. Second, you want to know personally what is this Philippine martial arts. Have you been reading about this in magazines? Kung Fu, karate, whatever it is. Probably you have read my name right a long time ago, right? Right. There are some people that teach this art too, but as Charlie and John say, when you buy something, you buy shoes that are expensive. You buy Florsheim or, a better shoes, right? A better brand, okay? Because there are still some people that manufacture shoes that are not good, that's only for 1 week, okay? So, the background that I have here, I was trained since I was 9 years old. I'm already 46, so I don't know how to compute my days when I was young up to the present. I only know that I have enough knowledge of this that I'm teachers, okay? I came from the Philippines, but I stayed in the United States for the last several years. Since I was 72, I taught in New York. They say if you survive in New York, you don't survive anywhere, okay? I taught the police in New York. We taught the New York Auxiliary Police. We taught the nearby states, and we produced lots of students. Our students then was able to disseminate and be able also to distribute their knowledge to several people. Okay. Now, the background that I had is that my grandfather was the first person that I was able to have the full knowledge as far as this art is concerned. So this art was called Kali in the early days in the Philippines. It was called also Arnes. It was also called Eskrima. So you read in the magazines, Kali, Arnes, Eskrima. What are the differences of this? Originally the name is Kali. K-A-L-I. When the Spaniards drove the Kali, or killed the Kali people, they changed the name of Kali because it has some virtue or traditional meaning. They changed it to Arnes, or Armas di Mano, who speaks Spanish here. Armas means armor of hands. Mano is hands. And in the other parts of the Philippines, they call it Eskrima. Eskrima means it's a complexity of movements. Because the Spaniards, during the time when they took over the Philippines, they were using blades. But to counter the blade to the Filipinos, they have an order from the governor of the province that nobody carries the Kali swords. So one of the Kali swords this is the one of the forms of the Kali swords, or the Kali blades. And this is one of the forms. We call it crease. Okay? So these are the originals. So the people in the early days, they don't carry this because they want to kill somebody. They carry this as part of their what we call status symbol. The longer is the blade or the Kali, the lower is the rank of the person. The shorter, the higher is the rank. So the highest rank is called a sultan. Then you call the dato down to the lowest level. So if you are still a soldier, you carry this longer one. If you are a little bit higher category, the shorter. Because that means if you are sure, if you carry a shorter one, that means you can be good, right? But if you are not too good, you can fight somebody very far, right? You're scared you'll get some. But these are the traditional way of interpretations. Now, so the Kali was banned, and then there comes the Spaniards taking the name, calling the names of Kali, to condition the people that there is no more Kali, but called Armas di Mano. In short, it's called Arnes di Mano, meaning Arnes is to remove or snatch the weapon from the hand. Okay, either by another weapon or by the hands. And then the Eskrima calls one because of the principle of knife and the blade. So it's called Eskrima because it becomes so complicated that it confuses the opponent. Okay? Alright, so there are 5 ways we need to learn this art. First, you learn what we call the solo baston, the single stick. Okay? This is how you learn this. One, you learn single stick. After you learn this is from our system, then you learn what we call the double baston, or a double stick. After you learn that, then you go higher and learning what we call the sparadraga, or the first follow the screen. Then after that, then you learn what we call the knife. One knife against an arm, or an arm against one knife, then two knives. Okay? Against one, and two and two. Two knives, two knives. So you put the on two knives, you have to fight, no? So two knives. Alright. So these are the categories. Single, double, sparadraga, knife to knife, and then comes the hands. And the feet. They call it sikran, sipat, and then they call it mantra. You see how you learn this. While you learn the other martial arts, you learn with the hands first, right? Feet. And then you go higher, crouch, learn stop, topa, nancha, etc. My question is, if you want to learn, which will you prefer? You learn the weapon way and go into the empty hands. Or you learn the empty hands and go into the weapons. Out there, somebody is learning weapon, and you are still here in the empty hands. When you come into the encounter, this thing travels 500 miles per second. You're lost. So you're wondering, where I am? Where am I now? Okay? After all those years. Huh? Bang! Smash! You see what? So, the difference between learning this and learning the other one is here you are more oriented in the stage of advanced learning rather than just learning basic. Because what is advanced in the other martial arts is only basic to us. See what I mean? What is advanced to them is weapons. What is basic to us is weapons. Huh? So what is advanced to us is hands. See what I mean? Right. So this is how we learn this. The procedure is entirely different because here you are prepared for the actual application, or reality, and also what's going to happen down there in the street. See? So martial arts, what is martial arts? Martial arts is not just like any other thing that you're involved in. It's not like tennis, not like golf, not like ping pong, not like handball, no. Martial arts has a very important meaning as far as the person is concerned because it involves discipline. That's what it is. And when you talk of art, you have the art and you don't have the discipline, then you're not, learning anything. You are just like anybody who read the books in karate. He goes to his backyard and starts doing, oh, I'm a black belt too, You know what I mean? So, martial has an important bearing because when you talk of martial law, in a certain country, what does the martial law imposes? 11 o'clock at night, don't go out. Anybody goes out 11 o'clock, he goes to jail. Nobody carries weapon, anybody goes weapon, he goes to the firing squad. What is martial? Meaning control. Control. Art. The art of control. That's called martial. Okay? Martial arts as martial law. But in martial arts, you don't anybody is not going to stand there and say, hey, this is the rule. 10 o'clock in the morning, you don't go out, you don't do this, you don't do that, no press, nothing, you're going to speak freely. In martial arts, you are the one that controls. Why? Because you have the discipline and you have the art. See? So the art is in you learning how to control yourself before you control anybody.